Hello everybody, my name is Stevie Marchant and this is my woodshop. Today we're going to go through the basics of drills and I'm going to go demonstrate how they work, show you the different kinds that I've got and what they do. Okay, let's get to it. So first of all we're going to start with a corded drill, and you know it's a corded drill because it's got a cord on it. These are the most powerful drills you can own because they connect directly to your mains, 240 volts, and they've got a hell of a lot of torque on them. So let me just go through a couple of the features on a corded drill. Most of these will be very similar to the rest of the drills, so I'll pretty much only need to explain them once. So first of all, you've got the chuck right at the front of the drill. It spins around like that to loosen. See, it's got 3 jaws on the inside. Spin it around. It'll always have an arrow on it to tell you which direction locks and which direction unlocks. So you spin it all the way to accept a drill bit, and once your drill bit's in there you spin it back round the other way and you can see the jaws closing, and once it's tightened around the drill bit it bites it. Now this drill has a button for the spindle lock as well, so you press that in and as you twist it, it'll click to say that it's tightened all the way as much as it can. So the drill bit will then be secured inside your chuck. You can change the direction of the drill bit, so there'll be an arrow on the side here, so that way we'll be drilling clockwise, so you'll be able to screw a screw in or drill a hole the right way. And counterclockwise, that's the reverse of the drill. So if you need to unscrew a screw, you set it into reverse and draw it out. Same thing with drill bits. If you've got a stuck drill bit, it's best to put it into reverse and then pull it out that way. And because your chuck's locked, the chuck won't untighten. So then, as with most corded drills, it's got a hammer function on it. So on the top, you can see on the top, you'll see that there is a picture of a drill bit at the top, and as it's slid that way, it means it's in the drilling action. And if you slide it to the other side, it goes to a picture of a hammer, which means it's on hammer drill. And basically what that means is if you're going through brickwork, concrete, hard substrates like that, that's not wood, what it will do is it will spin around and also hammer the drill bit forwards and backwards, so it punches the brick as well as spinning and drilling. So mostly for woodworking you'll only ever have it on drill function anyway. Now on top of those features you'll most likely have a speed control as well. So this button here, it might be in a different place on your drill. This knob here controls the speed of the drill. And it will show you a little directional arrow there as to which way is which way. And another little extra feature is this little button on the side. Again, they can be anywhere depending on which drill you've got, but this is basically the trigger lock. So if you pull the trigger in, say you want to drill for a long period of time, you've got a really hard blockwork wall to go through, pull the trigger in, press that button there and it'll hold the trigger in for you. So you can hold it, get a good grip on it, it prevents fatigue on your fingers. Put a hand on the back there and just really push it into the wall and hold it steady so it won't, like I say, it won't fatigue your fingers. Now, personally, I think this is one of the best drills to have. Yes, you'll be stuck to wherever your plug socket is, but most of the time they do come with a really long cord, so I can plug it in one corner of my workshop and walk all the way around it. That's good enough for me. Plus extension leads, not expensive. You can plug an extension lead in anywhere and take it with you if you've got some work to do outside. Also, a lot of these corded drills will come with an extra handle. Not really good for most woodworking jobs because one hand and hand underneath is usually enough. But if you're going for bricks again, this will slide onto the collar like that. And there we go. We've got 2 handles, nice and steady. So this tool cost me about £45, came from Toolstation, they're quite good for supplying iron held tools, and I've had it for a couple of years now and it's been absolutely fantastic. I've never had a fault with it. Okay, and that's it for the corded drill. Alrighty, so the next drill I want to show you guys is the cordless drill. And again, you'll know it's cordless because it doesn't have a cord. So these will obviously have a battery power source rather than the 240 volt cord. And as you can see, this one is an 18 volt drill, and this is a 3 amp hour battery. And the amp hour, all that means basically is how long the battery will last before it runs out. We've got a 1.5 amp hour battery there, which as you can see is a lot smaller, and that will last half as long as this one will. So slide the battery on underneath, like that, that'll click in, and that'll give it the power. Same as the corded drill, you've got the reverse and forward action on the drill there. So reverse and forward. And with these ones, there's no spindle lock on there, so you just grab the chuck, set it to reverse, and that opens the jaws. Set it to forward, and that tightens the jaws. So this one also has a hammer feature. This time it is on the clutch rather than a selectable switch on the top. And all the clutches basically, it sets the maximum resistance of the screw when you're screwing something into a piece of wood. So say you set it all the way down to number 2. When you're drilling something in, as soon as the screw starts to get tight, it will stop rotating and the drill will just spin freely. Whereas if you set it to say number 20, it'll allow the screw to get deeper into the wood, probably all the way in, before it meets the resistance and then starts spinning freely. It'll stop drilling, basically, stop screwing. So you can also set it to the drill function there, which means there'll be no maximum resistance on that. It'll just carry on drilling until it physically can't drill anymore. And also this one is a cordless hammer drill, so you can set it to hammer mode as well, which does the same thing as the cordless one. What you'll find with a lot of cordless drills is that it only really has a 2-speed setting, so this is on level 1 and it spins quite slowly. And you can flick it to number 2. I don't know if you can see that because it's a bit grimy. You set it to number 2 and that's a lot faster. So obviously cordless drills aren't going to be as powerful as the corded ones because you've gone from 240 volts down to 18 with this one. The plus sides, major plus sides of a cordless drill is you can take them anywhere. The drill batteries last anything from half an hour's usage up to a few hours, depending on what size battery you get. You can always get new batteries for drills. Also, they're very versatile. You can get into tight spaces with them. Like I said, you can take them anywhere. You can get various attachments for drills. They're just one of the most handiest tools to have in your house, let alone in the workshop. So, great little drills. And if you want to take a step lower than that, we've got the smaller drill drivers, and basically exactly the same. It's an 18 volt drill, 1.5 hour battery. This one came from Aldi, this work zone. Same principle really, and there is no hammer function on these because it's a drill driver rather than a hammer drill. Same chuck, same forward and reverse motion there. On the top you've got low and high, so it's 2-speed again. So low speed, high speed. And that's all there is to that one. This one, I use this one the most because it's so light, it's smaller so it can fit into tighter spaces, and like I said, I hardly ever do any hammer drilling anyway, so the Einhell cordless one is pretty much as a backup if this one just runs out of batteries and I'm in the middle of a job. Great little drill. This one is about £25 from Aldi, so absolute bargain. It's a great drill, can't fault it, and it's never underperformed for me. Brilliant. Hold on a minute. Hello? Oh! Coffee time! Okay, so the final conventional drill that I'll be showing you today is an impact driver. And, well, technically it's not a drill, you don't use it for drilling holes, it's for driving screws. So you've got, so you've got a collet there, which is a 1/4 inch hex attachment, and all that means is basically you can only put drill driver bits in, and I'll just demonstrate that for you now. So the bottom of all drill driver bits will have this shape on it here, so 1/4 inch hexagon shape. This is a bit holder, so all it does is makes it easier for me to pop a drill bit in there rather than changing it into the collet every time. So the hexagonal bottom end there will drop into the impact driver like that. And what that means is that instead of doing that whole action every time, I can just grab a drill driver bit here, this is a Torx bit, and that literally just magnetises into there. And very, very simple, all the impact drive does is forward and backwards. Very simple, very easy to use. And what these are designed for are for very long, very thick screws going into hard, dense wood. So if your normal drill struggles to get that in, then what this will do is drive it in very fast initially, and when it hits the resistance, it will start tapping the drill bit round rather than just spinning. It sort of tick, 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 taps it around, so it's got a lot more torque, and it'll drive it all the way through the wood if you're not careful. They're very powerful. And as an added bonus, I'm going to show you my drill press, which I'll cover in more depth in another video, but technically it's a drill, so I'll include it in this one as well. Righty, so this is the drill press. As you can see, it's a stationary drill, you can't move it around. Well, you can, it's just very heavy. As you can see, it's got a chuck, the same as a standard drill, a bit beefier, and you use a key in here to turn this to tighten it rather than using hand tighten. So the drill bit goes into the chuck here as usual, switch it on, and you use the lever along the side to give a very accurate straight hole. And that is that. So these are around, for a cheap one like this, it's around £50–60. I get with this from Aldi, it's also a work zone one. But they can range of, well, all the way up to about £1,000–2,000 for a floor standing one it can probably drill a hole through an engine block. Okay, so the final thing I'm going to touch very briefly on about cordless drills is the brushed versus brushless concept. So brushed motors in a drill are the old style motors. And basically what it is, it's got 2 carbon brushes that need to be replaced inside the motor every so often because they get worn down. So brushed motors are slightly less efficient, so they've got a lesser transmission of power to the gearbox. They're a bit noisier, they're a lot cheaper, so drills with brushes in them will be a lot cheaper, about £30–40 for a basic one like this. Whereas brushless motors are quite a bit more expensive, upwards of about £120 for a basic brushless motor drill. They offer a higher transmission of power, they're quieter, and basically they don't have carbon brushes, so they require less maintenance than a brushed motor. And brushless motors will last a lot longer than the standard brushed motor. So personally, I've never owned a brushless drill, I've never used one. I get why perfectly fine with a brushed motor drill. That might change if I ever got a brushless drill. I might think it's the best thing since sliced bread, but if you want to spend 30 quid on a basic drill that does everything, in my opinion, that it needs to do, perfect. If you want to spend £130 on a drill that performs slightly better and you don't have to replace the carbon brushes every year or so, then up to you. And thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Give it a like, give it a thumbs up if you did. Be sure to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss a video and you'll get notified when a new one comes up. And I'll see you again next Monday for another woodworking video and Wednesday for a topics video. Thank you very much guys, appreciate it. Bye bye.